Hello, everybody. Can you all hear me now? Can someone message if they can hear me now? Hello? Hello? Yeah. Okay. So I hope everyone is hearing this lecture. This lecture, right now I'm in Malaysia and I'm delivering this lecture from Malaysia. So before I go into the topic, let me give a brief introduction about myself. And I hope they've shared with you the presentation and some details which will be useful for y'all for uh, knowing more about these scholarships. And I've shared some links as well in that. Okay, my name is Dr. Ishan S Sanil. Uh, I'm basically an industrial engineer, and then I went on to do my MBA. So then from there, I was selected for Commonwealth Scholarship. So I came to Malaysia and I did my PhD under Commonwealth Scholarship. So today, the reason I'm basically, if you see, I'm a researcher. So it's my specialization is CSR. Okay. Uh, right now, can you hear me now? Is there any echo now? Hello? Hello? Okay, is it okay now? Okay. Uh, so I did my PhD under this Commonwealth Scholarship, which is an international scholarship. And the reason for taking this workshop was mainly to share my experience with you all on how I went about getting the scholarship. And I wanted to share some of the knowledge because I know many of the students many of the students want to study abroad, but the problem is maybe their finances, or they are worrying like, what will I do? How can I dedicate 2 or 3 years of my life without earning anything and just um, going and studying abroad? And how do I take care of my expenses and all those stuff? So, what I will do right now is initially I will tell you some of the good scholarships which is available for the students, and most of these scholarships is like some are mostly only for Indians, and some are well-known scholarships and which covers almost all of your tuition fee, and plus they pay you monthly. So it's like everything is taken care. So you will never have a problem. Uh, Surviving in a foreign country or anything like that. See, now these scholarships are not something which is like only there 10, 12 scholarships or something like that. There are a lot of scholarships. Some universities provide, some specific countries provide, some maybe from your our own country, from India, they provide. So there's various different types of scholarships. So, however, I have just noted down some of the scholarship which is very well known, so that you all know early that you should target these scholarships. So that's my main purpose. So so throughout the presentation, I'll be going through the presentation. You can keep asking me questions, but I will answer your questions at the end of the presentation. So hope that is clear to you all. And with that, I think we can start our session today. Sorry, it's like something. These kind of sessions are a little bit awkward to handle because I don't have my audience in front, so I don't know exactly who is there and what. But still, I'll try to make it as convenient to the audience and interactive as possible. So, okay, the first thing I would like to say is, see, normally there is a myth or what people think about scholarships is, one, the scholarship is only for top universities in India, or you have to study in big universities or well-known universities in top ranking and all those things. But the thing is, see, that doesn't matter if you have the credentials with you to match to the people even from the good universities. So the example being, see, once you go to certain scholarship, international scholarships, it's not only about academics. Academics is just a basic, or there'll be a basic criteria where you need to fulfill that, like maybe the CGPA or whatever we call it in India as percentages. And then in addition to that will be your English language test, or a specific requirement of language in a particular country. Now, good thing about this is, see, these scholarships, they never see only your academics or study what you have. What they do is, other than your academics, there are a lot of things they consider. They see what is that you can give it back if you're given this scholarship to their country, and overall to your country as well, or the students who are sharing the classrooms with you. So there's various different criterias. Now, let me brief you some of the well-known scholarships. One of the country where many people uh, okay, somebody is asking method about method of study. What I will do is, Ankit Kishore. Yeah, I can see your question, but what I will do at the end when I come to the Commonwealth Scholarship, I will just share about my experience on how I went about getting this scholarship, and how I finished my study and how it was for me to manage here in Malaysia. So first, let me finish my short presentation on well-known scholarships. So first, one scholarship, many people want to go to Germany. The reason being, uh, if people are always looking at international scholarships, they know that Germany is one country where you don't have to pay the tuition fees as such in most of the universities, and you can work as well there. And the country is good, and people know very well about the environment there for the education, as well as you get job as well there. So one of the scholarships for going to Germany is DART scholarship, which is normally, that's a German name, but the meaning in English is the German Academic Exchange Service. Now, these scholarship, it ranges from mainly for postgraduates, or sometimes even these scholarships are given for undergraduates as well. So even undergraduates, or who are now in class 9, 10, 11, 12, they can always target these scholarships. So these scholarships, the minimum DAAD. So minimum criteria will be the graduation or bachelor's degree, and some criterias will be even undergraduates are there. So it depends on which country you're applying and all those things. So other thing you have to see is the language requirement or the work experience. It's not fixed for all the courses. It all depends on which course you choose to do there in Germany. So based on that, you have these scholarships there. So what I've given all the like general criteria in the my slide, you can go through that. And the good thing about this scholarship is it covers your total tuition fees, and you are covered with insurance, then personal private liability insurance, travel expenses, health insurance, and I believe in some of the they even pay you the monthly allowance for this. So when I happened to read about this scholarship, one thing I saw is there was you go to the website and there is a regional office in New Delhi. So people who are there in New Delhi, they can go to that regional office, or the websites and everything is given in your slide. Just refer to those slides. So next, let's go to this Rhodes Scholarship. Now, Rhodes Scholarship is for those people uh, who are targeting to study in university like Oxford. Now here if you see, it depends on each country the where you're applying the scholarship. So you go to the website there and you select your country, and then you will get the exact eligibility criteria for your country and for you yourself. So just go through the website there. But overall, if you see, the eligibility criteria is you should be in the age group of between 18 to 24. Now this Rhodes Scholarship, if you see, eligibility one is subjective. Like they say that you should have trust, courage, very devotion of duty. This is all subjective. So they see all these when you apply and where there's an interview. And otherwise, there's language requirement, which again depends on the country you're applying in, and the degree which you're looking at. Now, good thing about this Rhodes Scholarship is also that it covers all your tuition fees and some of the expenses when you stay in that country. So the the people who are applying for this scholarship should take care that they will see how good you are and what is your actual output when you study in their university. It's not only about the academics, it's a lot of other things when you go to this scholarship. And as you all know, what is Oxford and how it is to study in Oxford. So it is very important for you all to have a holistic approach here, where you don't only concentrate on your academics, but in addition to your academics, you have a lot of extracurricular activities. Now, as I told you, this also has got quota for countries, and as of I know, the normally you will around 5 seats is reserved for Indians. So you will be competing among the best, but still there is some reservation for Indians. So you have to do really good. But the people who are there still in school or have just started their undergraduates or something, you have enough time to build up your career. So you can try for such scholarships, because these scholarships are very good because they are covering the entire thing. You don't have to worry about anything if you get these scholarships. Then in-lax scholarship. Now, this in-lax scholarships, one special thing about this is, see, most of the scholarships people say that it is only for abroad is only for engineering and technology and science or something like that. But this in-lax, it more focuses on the non-science graduate or engineering graduates. So the people who are more into like literature and all those stuff, I think you should go through this in-lax scholarship. Now, Alexa provides opportunity for the people, as most of the scholarship are like good academics, and in addition to that, you should have a lot of credentials in extracurricular activities and all those stuff. And it is open for Indian citizens who reside in India. Now, if somebody is like who has studied abroad and then comes and stays in India, so there is a criteria where they should follow. I think it is like when after you come back from your abroad studies, you have to extracurricular activities means like maybe you might be good in other sports, or you might have some additional skills, or uh, maybe like you are in some leadership role in your university or college, or all those are like extra things which is not only the academics. So when I go to my Commonwealth Scholarship and explain about how I have uh, got the scholarship, I will just explain about myself. I'll give myself as an example, because I'm not the one from IIT or anything like that. I have studied in a state university, simple, and I was uh, the good thing is when I got the scholarship, I had something else other than the academics as well. So let me discuss that in detail when I come to the Commonwealth Scholarship. So when I share my experience, so this this scholarship, it almost covers around USD 100,000. So that is a good amount for you all to cover most of your expenses and all whatever required for you to stay in the other country. Finally, I'll come to the Commonwealth Scholarship, which is the scholarship which I studied under. So here, this scholarship is an international program where member countries of Commonwealth Scholarship, they will give it to the citizens other than their country. Like for example, when I applied, I did my PhD in one of the government university in Malaysia, which is among the top five in Malaysia, and there's a worldwide ranking, QS ranking. In that, the university is within 200, top 200. So it even is above some of the Indian IITs as well. So this is just I'm giving you an example like about the university. So when I applied for the scholarship, so initially what I had to go through is I had to give all my credentials right from my 10 standard, that is 10 standard, then my engineering, then I did my MBA, so MBA credentials, and in addition to this, I had to give a separate details on what other activities I was involved in. For example, some of my juniors from MBA, my university are there, I believe. I'm not sure. I think if they are online, I have studied in a university down south. So Passet, it's the name of the college was Passet, and the university is Vishwesvaraya. So um, so the when I studied, did my MBA, I was involved in other roles as well. I was one of the in the team of placement office, and even I have attended some events as well, and this gave me an edge. And during my interview, the scholarship interview, um, uh, they had asked me about what are the activities you were involved in other academics leadership roles, and have you represented a college or university in any of the events where you had represented your college in some inter college event or all those things. And more importantly, the during my interview session, uh, one of the uh, thing what the interviewer asked me is he asked a lot of general knowledge questions which was specific to the the country where I'm applying for the scholarship. And luckily enough, before going for the interview, I had updated myself about some of the current events in the country, so I could explain them better, because I heard that some of the students who had gone for the interview, they couldn't explain or couldn't know about the current events in that particular country. So it's a very competitive scholarship as well. But the good thing about this scholarship is see, when applied in Malaysia for this scholarship, there was quota for each and every country. Like some people from Pakistan will get this scholarship, some people from India get scholarships, some people from another country which is comes under the Commonwealth countries gets scholarships. So that is an advantage for us when we are, because we will be competing with a smaller group for a specific country. So now this made a good advantage for us. And once I clear the scholarship, the very good thing happened to me is my tuition fees was totally waived, and monthly I used to get an allowance which was almost equivalent to, I believe, 40 or 50,000 rupees per month in India. Plus, in addition to that, I used to get the book allowances, then even the airfare to come into the country and airfare to go out of the country, like before your once you start your course and at the end of the course, and you have some thesis allowances. There's a lot of allowances which allows you to focus more on your study rather than thinking about after that studies, what to do. And what happens is, if you're going abroad for a study, taking a huge bank loan, the one thing which will be lingering in your mind is, how do I pay it back? Or some scholarship, if you're going abroad, maybe if your university is sponsoring or something like that, then you might have another problem where you might have a contract, like if you go abroad to this study, you have to work in our organization for 5 years or something like that. But luckily, this Commonwealth Scholarship doesn't bind you anything for that. So there's no contract terms or anything. This is a total scholarship. It is given for your study. You stay, and only thing criteria for this is, once you get the scholarship, you should ensure that you should graduate on time. That is, you should finish your study before your term ends. Like for example, here for PhD study, they give you a scholarship for 3 years. So it's up to you that within 3 years you finish your PhD and submit your thesis and get your doctorate. So anything outside that, then they will not cover you under this scholarship. And once you get this scholarship, another advantage you have is, whenever you apply for any universities, you have an edge over the others, because it shows that you have done well and you got this scholarship. So it's like a certification in itself, because Commonwealth Scholarship is a well known and well good scholarship all over. Now, so once what are the things I did for this scholarship? What are the documentation or the process? I will just brief you how it went about. So I had you can see in the slides I've shared you the website. Now, this Commonwealth Scholarship is not specific to one country. So there's a myth, like some people think that Commonwealth Scholarship means that's given only to study in UK. It's not that. Yeah, it's not that it's only for the UK. You, even if you're studying in some other countries which comes under the Commonwealth, and that the government is providing you the scholarship under Commonwealth, you can always avail that scholarship. Now, uh, whenever if you go to the website, they will give you a brief about what is a scholarship is all about. And for each country it might be different, because for me, initially, once we had sent our application to the Commonwealth Scholarship, our university shortlisted us first. Then, after we were shortlisted from our university, then the next stage came, like we had to give all our details about our credentials. So, like what are the certificates we have? What is the scoring from right from 10th class to 12th, and then my engineering degree, then MBA degree, all those things. And very important thing is the recommendation letter. So what you guys have to do is, you have to have some very good recommendation. Luckily for me, from my previous university, some of my juniors are there here from Bassett. My HOD had given me a very good recommendation letter recommending me for this scholarship. So once you have that recommendation, there will be another recommendation letter or endorsement letter, which is, you have to go to your embassy in that particular country. For example, in Malaysia, I had to go to the Malaysian embassy. I mean, Indian embassy in Malaysia, and then I had to fill a form where I had to write format was given to me. Then I had to go to the ministry, that embassy, and submit that form. Then they will see all my documents and credentials. Then they will endorse you, saying that this student is from India, and we are also endorsing him for as one of the candidate eligible for Commonwealth Scholarship. So with that documents plus some of the verification documents and all those things, I had to apply online. So once we apply for this online, around I think maybe around 2 weeks or 3 weeks after that, we were called for a presentation and interview in the Ministry of Higher Education in Malaysia. So then we went to give the presentation. So everybody has to present our work and what is our plan. And one very important thing they ask is, okay, we give you the scholarship and you do a research here. So what is your contribution to Malaysia and your country? So that plays a vital role when they decide whether to give you a scholarship or not to give you a scholarship. So it's very important. If you see most of your scholarships, the basic criteria, however it might be your academics, then the university you come from, the main thing they want to see is, if they give you a scholarship, how can you contribute to their university, their country, and same as to your country as well. So it's very important for you all to keep that in mind, and be you have to know what are the current issues going around. For example, my research was mainly into the floods and disaster management and climate change. And I think I don't have to explain you all, and it's like everybody knows what is climate change now. Everybody knows what is the importance of climate change. So the good thing is, when I presented my research proposal, they were very clear about the contribution to their country and the other country. And obviously, then it's all the basic HR related. This one, how confident you are, how you can answer the questions they ask. All those things were like very important when you are going for the interview for the scholarship. So good thing about another good thing happened to me is, after my thesis was selected for Commonwealth Scholarship and I got the scholarship, then even we had opportunities to apply for some of the research projects, for some of the government grants what is available in Malaysia. So we had a opportunity where we can submit proposals even to those grants. So all in all, these things help me where I didn't have to worry anything about my finances here staying in Malaysia. If you're having a scholarship like Commonwealth Scholarship or any of the scholarship which I mentioned you about. So this was briefly what was my experience. So if you all have any additional question about Commonwealth Scholarship or anything, you can just post it. So once after maybe another 10 minutes or something, I'll start seeing the questions, whatever is there, and I will just answer your questions. So, some of the common tips, as I already mentioned you all when I was telling about my experience with Commonwealth Scholarship, is first of all, you see what is the eligibility criteria. For example, I'll tell you one important thing what happened to what was the difference between me and some other people. This one, that is what I feel that might have given me an edge. When I was applying, submitting my research proposal, somewhere I had read that when you're doing submitting a proposal for a Commonwealth Scholarship, you should do the study in that particular country rather than you're doing in your country. So my proposal, although it was initially based on India, I changed it to Malaysia so that I show in my project and I'm eligible that my project is more useful to Malaysia. So that was my one thing. Second thing is your language test. See, this language test, you can't keep it as fixed because some countries like Malaysia, I think IELTS is okay. Some other countries like UK, they might ask you a higher score. And in IELTS also there is different type of IELTS, one for academic, general, then even there is some specific this for UK. So you need to know your requirement very well, language requirement. So my advice to the students who are still there in 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th class, or doing their undergraduates, or who are in the initial stage or in mid stage of postgraduate and looking for scholarship at a higher level, know your language requirement very well. And I always believed that English is just a language. It's not. It doesn't suggest how knowledgeable you are. So you don't have to worry about like you are not good in English. This that. Never worry about that. I would always suggest people you take the test first. You know where you stand and then prepare for the test very well. Nowadays, there is so many different things in YouTube, and they have so many good methods to who will explain you how to crack the English language test. And some countries like Australia and all, they have a new system. It's a computer-based test, English test. It's called PTE, so that is much easier than IELTS as well. So you see your requirement, which country accepts which, and see which is the best one suited for y'all. Because my experience is computer-based tests are better than like going personal interviews and all the stuffs because you exactly know how you have to handle the computer. So you have to just prepare well for the language test. And this language test, once you get the score, it's valid for I believe 2 years or 3 years. So you can keep applying for different universities, scholarships for everything. So you can put in your effort early before you start your search and your journey. So it will be good for you. Then uh, yeah, some scholarships, like for example, the one I mentioned in Germany, certain courses you're taking, they will be very particular that you need to know German or any local language. Maybe even in some scholarships in Japan, you need to know that, and even in China. So if you're targeting for a specific scholarship, know even that, like what are their criteria? Because sometimes knowing a local language will give you an edge over the others. Like if you show them that you know you have, like for example, you're applying for a scholarship in Germany and you already have you know about the German language. Why I'm saying this is because normally what happens is the people who are like some of you all are from between 9th, 10th and 11th. This is the time you can invest. This is the time you have to invest yourself in learning these skills, like maybe a foreign language or something. Or even those people who are there in universities, they can find some time this, because this will definitely add an advantage for you when you're applying for a scholarship in that particular country. So my advice is always go for that. So you see which country you're applying and try to know the local language. Next is understand how they evaluate the candidates. For example, as I told you, see this is very difficult. We can't be assured. Okay, this is the one which will get you the scholarship. We can't tell that. But however, you can discuss with the people who have already got the scholarship, and you can just see what are the qualities they had or what are the things. For example, I gave you one of my example where I read it somewhere in a blog or some website, I don't remember exactly, that we need to do submit a proposal which is more towards the good of their country. So that's the reason I changed my proposal based on that. So you have to see that which one is more suitable for you. So you can do according to that. And I told you have some good recommendation letters. That's very important. You should have some very good. See, if you're applying for scholarships, it's always better you have recommendations from a very good professor or very good senior lecturers or from your university who has worked with you. Maybe like for me, Dr. Nagaraja sir was my even my I think the final uh, thesis guide for me. So he gave me the reference, very good reference letter, and I thanked him. Within one day, I just called him. He did all the, gave me the reference letter. So it was very good for me that I got that. And I got one more from local in Malaysia. And if possible, if you're doing a project on some industry or something related to that, try to get a recommendation from the industry as well. So they will be very much excited and know about that. So that's a good thing. What you can do that. Then Uh, okay, that be ready to explain why are you best suited to get this scholarship. As I told you, in the interview, most of the time they will ask you why you have to get this scholarship. Like when they asked me, I just told them that this project is not only useful for Malaysia, but this is a global problem, and I told them that this project I'm not some seen some literature in Malaysia. It's done only in developed countries, so it's very important for to do this project in a developing country like Malaysia. So this is just I'm giving you an example or just sharing my experience. So you might have your own answer. You might have your own answer, or you might have your own way of saying that okay, this is the reason I need the uh, this scholarship, and this is what I can give it back to you if you give me the scholarship. Finally, apply early. Now, normally we, most of the students and everybody, we all are last minute workers, and I'm no different. I'm the same. But however, the scholarships, what happens is there's a lot of documents which is involving some maybe some government agencies or some these. So sometimes it delays, because for me, I had this issue with getting some endorsement from Indian Embassy in Malaysia. I had a lot of problem with that. It delayed a lot. So I had to request them repeatedly. But however, somehow I got saved at the last moment because I just updated the ministry that I have not yet got this document, so I need more time. And luckily they agreed. But it may not be the case every time. So be like, see, if you are applying for a scholarship in next year or something like that, be have that 6 7 months good gap where you know what is the requirement. You have your language test ready, everything, so that when the it's close to the scholarship, you have everything ready. You don't, even if there is some changes, you have by then done everything. So that's my advice. Start early. So and finally, I've given you some website links and FB pages. Now, why I say that you should go here, subscribe or something, because even now, me, I am like I finished my PhD, but still there's a lot of things, grants and fundings in postdoctoral as well, which I am exploring right now as well. So for postdoc opportunities, I'm looking for grants, which as international grants in research and everything. So I feel we should be a bit proactive. So these are some of the links which I use to get information about various scholarships all over the world. So it was very useful for me, so I thought I will share it with you all. So it will be useful for you all as well, I'm sure, because it has been useful to many of my friends and some of the people who are here. I have, because once I got the scholarship around 3 years back, I had there were many people who I discussed about. I helped them to this one. Some people got the scholarship as well. So see, this is not the only scholarships what is mentioned in the slides. What I did is this: I gave some of the common scholarship, but the overall criteria for most of the scholarship is the same. You should have good English language, maybe another additional language. Your academics has to be good. See, academics has to be good means all scholarship will not ask you the top CGPA or anything like that. Some scholarship their requirement might be less, or some university scholarship they might be having less. Another thing, don't go by the country. Like some people might think what to do in this country. This it's not good to go there. You don't think about it. You see the university or where you're doing it, because there's something called QS ranking. So in this QS ranking, you will know which what is the level of the university. So all over the world. which level is the university you're applying in. So normally, higher this QS ranking, you will have good scholarship opportunities even after you join the college. For example, in our university, even this is just a small scholarship. If a person joins the university, even after joining, he gets a scholarship where fees waivers are there. If he is doing well with his publication, or if he is doing something with academics or something, or whatever the reason. So my suggestion is, instead of like directly, if you are thinking of you want to go abroad, instead of just blank thinking, you hire an agent to get you the this one, or you spend a lot, go to the banks for the loans, this one. Before that, my request is, go through all the scholarships. You see your scholarship, give yourself a very good time to explore all the possible scholarships. Apply for that. Nothing will go, applying no loss for you. Just apply, because most of these scholarships and all in good universities, they don't charge for your application. You have to just apply. So that is, you don't have to charge anything. Only thing is, keep your language score ready, a very good score. As I told you, something like if you're going to Australia, there's something called PTE. So just see, go to YouTube and see what is that PTE. There are so many lecture classes in that. So get a good score in the language. That is one part of it. Good score in academics, and some very important thing is, you should have something more than academics. It's not only academics. You should get involved in so many different things, so that people see that in you. When you go to interview, they see you have this certificates to support that. So that's about it, where I wanted to just share my experience, because I'm actually a researcher. So this is not something like technical topic or something, but I thought, like, let me, since we have people from even the undergraduate colleges and even some MBA students as well. So it's always a very good thing to share with them my experience, because my research will be targeted only to the researchers and my field researchers. There's some wide audience. I thought, let me share this, and hopefully this will be helpful for you all, and encourage you all to apply for scholarships. That is the main thing I want. The My main objective of conducting this workshop is, people before going thinking and be getting demotivated, that is very expensive going, okay, I have to go. And you believe it or not, when you're doing PhD here, there are people who have their families here, and somehow they are able to cover the expenses of their family as well. Because when I came here, I've got my family here, I have my them with the dependent visa, although because I do something else as well, because I am associated with the research consultancy as well. So in Singapore, so there's a lot of things you can do. So be positive. That's what I can say. So I will just go through the questions what is there right now. So maybe I can take one by one. Okay, please tell me about the method of study. See, Ankit Kishore, the method of study. As I told you, method of study, it depends on which kind of scholarship you're going to apply. So you see the requirement of the scholarship. What is their requirement? Is that your English language test? Make an effort to do that, because language test has a different way of studying. It's not like the other studies. You should know, they'll test your all your things with fluency, then everything. So you have to prepare according to that. Then it's up to you to prepare yourself for the interview. I gave you some tips where you have to uh, show some advantage to them giving you to the scholarship. Then next one is, I'm not clear. Can you, Meghna has asked me, can you spell that please? So I believe you were saying about DAAD, right? So that is the abbreviation of a German term. So, but I have given you the explanation in English. So, what are the extracurricular activities? Extracurricular activities, as I told you, other than your study, you might be good in sports or some, like for example, I know some people like they are head of some clubs in their university or college. They have represented their college. They have led teams to some. We used to have some management fest between universities. They have led the team there, and maybe even some artwork or so many different things. So that's what I mean. Extra this one. Um, Search in YouTube. I am more capable in other activities than academic. Is there any problem of this? Okay, Sandhya is asking me, I'm more capable in other activities than academic. Is there any problem with this? So, see, actually, in the long run, that is good. It's not a bad thing to have. But my suggestion is your academics, please ensure that you get the minimum scores what is required to apply for the scholarship. Then it is done. You have the minimum score, then I think your other activities can take you long if it is advantageous and impresses people to give you the scholarship. That's what I feel. How will I know when and how where the scholarship exams are going on? Okay, see, Ankit Kishore asked me how will I know when and how and where the scholarship exams are going on. That's the reason I gave you some FB links and even the website links. Go there, register yourself, and tell them to notify you. You will get an email. Or nowadays in research, there's a website called Research Jobs where you have scholarship things as well, and they even WhatsApp me regularly. So they just send me a notification. So maybe I can help you also. If any of them is there specific you want in this university or this type of scholarship, which I know, or if somebody is keen on applying for Commonwealth Scholarship, or somebody is studying, want to study in Malaysia with scholarship, you can email me. My contact detail is given in that presentation, this one. And if it is in my university, maybe I can talk to some people and see how best you can fit in. I can give you a suggestion, so you get a scholarship to study maybe. So even you can get a scholarship, it's nothing. So this one, as long as you have a basic score and very good at this one, then after that, Sandhya, can you explain leadership? Qualities, I think, by getting involved in the various activities and this one. So leading teams, practical experience. That's it. That is there any syllabus for getting the scholarship? There's no particular syllabus as such, but as I told you, you go to the scholarship websites, understand the criteria, and just go for it. After PhD, can we go for corporate world to serve, or should we continue in teaching? See, after PhD, you have two options. Either you go for the corporate world. There are openings. There are so many openings now for PhD, and I was reading an article recently where they said that nowadays even corporates are thinking of hiring more PhD in certain high-ranking levels, because they feel that when once you're doing the PhD is not an easy thing to do as we do in masters or something where we have a taught course. And this one, PhD is something totally research, and it's like a individual work. You're all alone. You will go through a lot of ups and downs and a lot of things in PhD. So they feel that the people who have finished the PhD, maybe they are well equipped to handle the pressure. That's what. It's just a suggestion. Things I had read here. How can I get the scholarship? You can get the scholarship based on the criteria as I gave you. You just go through. It's all free. Yeah. Once you get a good scholarship, it will take care of everything. You don't have to pay the tuition fee. You don't have. They will pay you every month for like a allowance to stay there. So like our scholarship, we had even settlement. Initial settlement fee where when I came to Malaysia, they gave me some money to just get settled down. So it was almost close to, I think, 50, 60,000. So they had given that. And people who were still from the country, they even got the airfare as well. So it depends on the scholarship. Sir, I'm in 10th class and without coaching, I'm doing my study. That's good. Anam Khan, that's good. I appreciate you for doing your study without coaching. So you're more of independent guy. I think you should try for scholarship. What, see, this in 10th standard, if you start preparing now and if you have the map very well, and if you see nowadays some of the countries like Canada, Australia, they are even giving some scholarships for undergraduates, so you can do that. Okay, so you tell me how can I excel in my studies? So studies, I think it's like more of hard work and uh, know how to know how to cater to what is required rather than just doing as you wanted. That's the only thing I see. Is there a scholarship scheme for doing graduation degree in abroad? Yeah, it's there, but unfortunately, I couldn't put it in the slide today. But there are a lot of this. You just go through the websites and the FB pages what I gave. There are graduation, especially in Canada and Australia. There are a lot of universities who are offering scholarship even for graduates. Graduate this one. Okay, please share the link for applying for scholarships. I've already shared it in my slides. Then how many age did it need for high institutions in see that your age bar will depend on the type of scholarship. Some scholarship the maximum age is I have one scholarship told you 24. Some scholarships like a postgraduate PhD and all, the maximum age will be under 40. So it all depends on what type of scholarship you're taking. I'm working in a university and I'm eligible for any distance course from abroad recognized by UGC. Please suggest me some good courses of world top university 500 universities. Okay, Prandeep, what I will do is maybe you can just email me. I can send you some of the things from the QS. This one, no problem. And even in our university, if you're interested in doing it in Malaysia, please let me know so I can help you because there are some good universities who are offering scholarship even in our university. So I can help you with that. Is there any age criteria? Yeah, age, Monica, there is age criteria. Um, because it depends on the type of scholarship. If you go through my slide, one scholarship I had mentioned 18 to 24, and some within 30, and the last one, Commonwealth, I believe it is within 40. Uh, okay, Monica, I've already shared some of the websites in the doc link, so you can see that. Uh, okay, Mamta. So if anybody has more questions, please you can go on. I'm. It's okay. So, so my main motive for this workshop is okay, Prandeep. I have already you just download the slides. In the first slide, I have given my email address, so you can just see that email address and just you can send me. I can help you. Um I studied from my undergraduate all down south. There was Malnad College of Engineering, then PESITEM in Karnataka. Then I went in Malaysia, University Technology Malaysia. That is the where I got my PhD. Uh, PhD, how much time do we need to spend for PhD? It all depends uh, on your research, how good you are. So, PhD is something which you cannot put the timeline, but if you're smart enough and planned well at the initial stage, if you're getting a scholarship, I think you should finish by 3 years. It's not a problem. Hello, sir. Santosh, sir. Dr. Santosh, thanks, sir, for coming to the this workshop, and thanks for sharing this. Postdoc opportunities, sir. I will send you some of the details. So I will share you one this one FB page as well. I heard recently there is one opening even in UK. This Imperial Business School as well. So I can share with you that one for the postdoc. So I will keep in touch with you through message. So I will do that. Aeronautics, see, aeronautics also, I believe in our university also there is a branch. Monica, I'm talking of answering your question. There is a branch for aeronautics. So if you can send me your profile maybe to my email ID, I will see if there's any scholarship even here. If you're interested to do in Malaysia, I can help you with that if there's any scholarship for that. Okay, Monica, that's good. You are in the ninth standard. Okay. Uh, okay. Monica, I will you just email me. I will email you some of the websites which has got some scholarship for undergraduates. So maybe you can do. I think if you're interested to go to Australia, there's a lot of opportunities there. And later, if you're willing to settle down there, there's a lot of things there in Australia for you. I feel that under even in Canada, if you're interested. So my email is there in my first slide. My download my slide. It is there. Can the workshop like this again so we can get knowledge? Yeah, we will have it later, maybe in future with some other topic, a general workshop which can help everybody. 3 years UG course, 2 years PG accepted in your university. 2 years, I'm not sure. What I will do is you send me. I will just I can just check for you. You just send me because I know some people. If you're looking at in the Faculty of Education, I have some Prandeep. I'm answering your questions. I have some people who might be interested, or in science education. Yeah, I know some people. If you're interested in Malaysia, do send me your details. Maybe I can forward it to the right person, and I can help you with that. No problem. So can you tell me about commerce stream and that scholarship and how can I get it? Anam Khan, see, one scholarship what I told in lakhs is there is lot for commerce, and even this Commonwealth is not only for engineering or anything. You have it for commerce as well, so you can take care of that. No problem. Uh, BSc in computers, yeah, there are some people who got scholarships in that branch as well in computers. Basically, more chances are there in your computers and engineering rather than social sciences like arts and all those things. So you can do that. So no problem. So you can send me your details. I can help you if you're interested. See, my advice to the people, my audience here is like whoever is interested more in Malaysia, the other scholarship as well is there, the website. Malaysia, I can be able to help you more because I've been here and I have seen the scholarship. So maybe I can forward you all to right person. So then you can carry it from there. So it's you can just I can give you a better advice because I have practically been here and I know how it is and these things. So if you're interested, please you tell. My email ID. Okay, I'm just typing in the email ID for people who have not got my email ID. So this is my email ID, so you all can contact me. See, I just put my email ID and you can just send me the email ID, no problem. So any other questions? I have 3 more minutes to end the session because it's almost, I believe, 57 minutes now. So you can just tell me your questions, even if now you don't have questions, later you get questions or something, please do contact me. It's not a problem. And maybe we can have some workshop like this on a specific topic, general topic, which helps everybody. So it'll be good. So you can always send me the queries or anything like that. So you have my email ID to contact. So I'm almost sorry, Shika. Phone number I will share it with you later. Maybe you can email me. Then we will see. Carry from. Uh, yeah, my degrees are from universities recognized in India. AICTE, the Vishwesharaya Technological University. Are there scholarship for environment science? Yes, environment science, Ishan. It's a very good topic now. All so many things. So I feel you should try for that. Okay. Environment science. It's a little bit in my field as well. So I can help you certain things. Okay. Space technology. Yeah, there will be scholarships for this. Space technology also. What you all can do is. Mm, what you can, Monica, you just email me, then I will give you my details. So space technology, any topic you have, there is a scholarship available. So you should not don't panic or don't worry about how I'm going to do it. You just keep your target. I want to do and I want to avail the scholarship. You will do it. And there's so many scholarships available. I gave you the websites and I gave you the FP links. Go there, you will get it everything. And maybe certain things I can help, which I know. But I think you all should be good. So we are almost done. So thank you very much. Thank you, sir, and thank you everybody for listening. And hope this short session was helpful to you all. And hope to have some queries from you all, and hope I can be of some help to all of you all. So thank you very much. So I will be ending my session here. So, any other conversation, you can just email me, or we can take it from there. Thank you very much. Thank you, Santosh sir. Thank you, everybody from Pesitem, for coming online. And hopefully, I will see you all personally somewhere. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, it's done. So, please email me personally. Thank you.